Hi, welcome to day 4. In this video, we're going to be looking at how to build custom AI assistants using the R.I.P.E framework to write really good prompts. Most people trip up on writing good prompts, and they have very simple 1 or 2 sentence prompts that get them poor results. Using the R.I.P.E framework, we'll be able to create custom AI assistants that can help with core workflows in your business, and then you can embed them into your Notion workspace so you can work alongside them as you're going. I'm going to show you an example of what that looks like. Inside the Augmented Second Brain template, there is a dashboard full of AI assistants. You can see that I've created assistants for core things that you'll be doing as a freelancer, consultant, business owner, or student that's making a side hustle. And those core things are things like doing social content remixing, doing your brand repositioning, also creating funnels for your business, writing client proposals, writing email automated sequences, and I've also included an AI tutor so you can keep learning things while you're trying to figure it all out. So you can see that you can embed these into Notion and start automating key processes in your work. So that's it in context of the Augmented Second Brain, but let's build one from scratch. I'm going to go back to the chip workspace where I was looking at the template library that we've created. Inside, we have 59 different R.I.P.E-based prompts that you can copy and paste into Chip and start building custom AI assistants. We got templates for things like grant writers if you work in nonprofits, lesson planners if you're a teacher, fitness coaches if you're into fitness, meditation, meal prep, landing page critiques and feedbacks if you're into web design and UI, and also AI assistants for creating project briefs. So I'm going to look into one of these and just show you how the R.I.P.E framework is being used here. So let's click into the grant writer. As you can see inside here, we're giving it a role. You are a skilled grant writer helping users write new grants. And this is the first step in the R.I.P.E framework. So R.I.P.E stands for role, instructions, parameters, and examples. And the role is really giving an AI assistant its expertise and its knowledge. It's giving it clear, specific expertise that it can use for the problem you're trying to solve. So here you can see that we're given it a role. I'm going to look at another one, this financial modeling assistant. Inside the financial modeling assistant, we've got the role, you are a financial model expert and tutor with specific knowledge around unit economics, costs, and revenue streams around business and startups. So it's very specific expertise. Next, you want to give them instructions. So this could be step-by-step instructions and a sequence of tasks. So if you think through your common workflows that take you a long time to set up, then write down the step-by-step instructions as part of the prompt. So let's go back to this grant writer, and you can see that we've got step 1, ask the team member about a short introduction to the grant they want to write about. Step 2, ask them for details that are required for the grant. And you can see that we go through this list. The next example I'll show you is an actual fitness coach. So here we have this role. You're knowledgeable about and enthusiastic about helping people build muscle. Step 1, ask the user about their current fitness level, experience of strength training. Step 2, provide a brief explanation of progressive overload and why it's important. So you start to think through that. I'm going to create an assistant in Chip now using this prompt. So I'm going to grab all of that and I'm going to go over to Chip at chip.ai and I'm going to click Get Started. Once I go through onboarding, you'll arrive in this page where this is your list of all the apps you can create, which you can build an unlimited amount of apps using the latest models for free. Let's create new Chip chat. And I'm going to go into the instructions, delete that, and just add that prompt into there. So let's delete that first bit there. And now I've got starting with the role, step-by-step instructions, and then I'm giving it some parameters. So I'm defining the scope and boundaries of the answer. So now I can modify this prompt a little bit. I'm going to add another parameter, which is make your responses concise and encouraging. So here you can see that I'm adding a tone of voice now and also telling it to shorten its responses. So that's what parameters is all about. And if you wanted to, you could add examples. So the quickest way to do this is to add the examples in here in the prompt and say, here's a list of great fitness coaching responses and advice. And then you could paste a bunch of great responses there. Or you could link to different knowledge sources. So if you've got some documents, URLs, YouTube videos, some Instagram posts or TikTok reels on that best advice to give to people, you can add that here and it'll start to use that tone of voice in its responses. So now I've added that prompt. I'm going to call this fitness coach, helps me work out. I can then add a logo and change the brand color to something different. And then if I go back to setup, You can see that's all changed there. And when I click share, I can grab that URL and I can go back to Notion. And once I'm back in my personal workspace, I can add this anywhere. I could add this into my resources. I could add it into a new dashboard. I could add it as part of a project that I'm working on. Let's just create a new project called Fitness Coach. And I'm going to then hit Command V to paste that in there and click embed. And as you can see, I've now embedded this AI assistant into my workspace. And when I start chatting with it, say, what do you do? It will tell me that it's a fitness coach here to help me build muscle. And if I wanted to, I could even add some conversation starters to it. So I'll go back to that prompt library that I was at. And conversation starters are a way for helping your end user know what to do when they first land on that page. So here we have the conversation starters. I'm going to add what's the best way to start building muscle, and then Chip, add that there. How often should I change my workout routines? Add that there. This to the third one, and this one to the fourth one. Great. Now I've got some conversation starters. That's auto saved there. Let's go back to my Notion space to see if that's worked out. Cool. And inside my fitness coach, I can see that I've already got these conversation starters that are ready to go and help me get into the flow working with this AI assistant. Some other use cases that I think are really helpful are creating a digital twin. Digital twins are basically doubles of yourself that can write in the style of your online tone of voice. So what I have here is another assistant that has a role, which is a skill copywriter and course creator. And it then has a bunch of parameters as well as a bunch of examples of how I write and talk on the internet. I then give it all of those examples in the knowledge sources section where I'm adding my YouTube videos, my documents, and links to other things that I've created on the internet so that has my tone of voice. I'm then going to grab that and share it and put it into my Notion dashboard. I'm just going to put it right at the top here and click embed. I really recommend building a digital twin, and then that saves you a bunch of time being able to write documents that sound like you, creating content that sound like you. If you have an AI digital twin that can think like you and write like you, it's really helpful for working through strategic problems as well as creating all of your final deliverables in your tone of voice.